All right, we're speaking to Weina Ang this morning, who's a tax partner at Deloitte. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Weina.
My pleasure. Thank you both for having me on.
I'm sure you've been busy catching up on work since it is like crunch time right now, right? When did you officially go back to the office?
Yeah, good question. I think it was the 59th day of MCO. Why I said that was
Trust
when
an
we started,
accountant.
when to the accountant numbers,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so that should be in mid-May that we came back. Why I said the 59th day was I deliberately wanted to start counting. I know it's not going to be a short haul. So when they announced on March 18, so it's like day number 1, then so by the time we could come back, I was like, wow, 59 days. And it's a start of a good conversation, actually. You know?
Trust an
So we
accountant to know
started-
exactly which day it was, 59 days, and how many hours and everything, right?
Did
Then
you
you
count
were
it
saying-
down to the hours and the minutes?
Then you're like .00 and all that, right? So we started with 25% of the staff on rotation, yeah, and then gradually we picked up to 50%, and just about last week, then it was a full 100%. However, we gave the leeway of certain staff that needs to still be working from home, so that still remains flexible for everybody.
Okay, so some staff who've requested to work from home can still work from home. What are some of the leeways, like they have children at home and they cannot come into work?
Yeah, those that kindies, or I think kindies not open yet, or some with elderlies, or some who are expecting mothers and all. Yeah, so we do give them. I mean to say that it's not difficult because we are already paperless. Yeah. So the beauty we had this, like for my division, we started paperless more than 5 years ago. Not envisaging that this is going to happen, but rather looking at productivity, looking at sometimes, I may have little sniffles, little cough, which I get very paranoid, and I'll say, go back. You can still do your work. Please don't pass your germs around. At that time, long time ago. So we do have that kind of flexibility. It's not because of MCO, but again many long time ago, so that helps actually. So it's business as usual. Yeah.
So all throughout MCO it was business as usual, even for yourself?
I must say yes. I would say I conscientiously make it business as usual. Wake up the same time, take the bath. The only thing that you don't have to wear nice baju lah, decide what to wear and all that. Makeup also, no need lah, but just making sure that you turn on the computer 8:30, lunchtime, and then continue. Calls. We make conscientious efforts to connect with the teams. Yeah. My leads, so very regular calls. And one thing I really make sure that everybody please turn on your video. I don't know, but everybody seems to be I think they're very shy. We used to be on Skype, yeah, and Skype you don't see the videos and all, but just about 2 weeks before MCO started, then the firm globally we initiated Zooms, yeah. So when everybody said, oh, Zoom, okay, so it was time to kind of get used to it, and then with videos. So everybody in the beginning was very shy, but I thought, look, what's the difference when you're in office? You get to see us in live as well. So let's put on that and at least see some live. I don't want to talk to not blank walls or anything like that.
No makeup ma, never dress up ma.
But there were some accident videos where you see people working from home and then
they're in their underwear.
they didn't switch out the video and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, so you see, the art of learning to use Zoom is also very important, and there's the virtual background, right? So where I think the virtual background could only be used on certain types of computer, and at that time, my old computer, I didn't have the so-called.
Oops.
Oh no, we lost her. Weina, we lost you. Oh no.
can pause or not?
Okay, cool.
That side. Okay,
Resume.
already. So you were talking about your old computer and how it didn't have the virtual background function.
Background,
Yeah.
correct. So you just have to be careful that you don't have my husband being seen going in and out of the bathroom and all that. Then, so finally we got a new computer, or the upgraded firm's computer that we could then put in the branding and all. So it's just showing the brand, and so you can see that now it's not brand compliant because I'm talking through my phone.
Right. Oh, okay. But it goes to show how important it is for companies to invest in tech, because you never know what could happen in the future, right?
Exactly. So, like I said, 5 years back, it was a very painful decision because, you know, how much of the paper documents that we got to scan, we got to archive and all that. It was a very painful decision, but we went through. And then the next thing was, it's not only one screen that you look at your computer, your notebook. We have 2 screens, and some of my offices overseas have 3 screens. So you can imagine how technology is, and even during MCO, the staff was asking, Weina, can I bring back my extended monitor? Because you can imagine how terrible it is to work, right? I said, yeah, go ahead and bring back the extended monitor. I regretted not bringing back because I thought, yeah, no need to work so hard, huh? But
Relax for a while.
I regretted because, well, I would say it's business as usual. It suddenly, I feel the tiredness because the whole focus is on the notebook. Yeah. Even though you have little breaks and all that, you really feel very drained. And to a certain extent, I then made a decision to then go to Shopee and buy a extended monitor, but portable and touch-free. So it was kind of cool to play with that new toy, I would say.
And it's nice to be able to online shop while still working from home, right?
Guilty of that, but I think we need to support the economy.
That's true. But what were some of the other issues that you faced working from home?
I would say for myself, issues will be, I didn't really encounter a lot of issues coming from myself, but I truly enjoy it, especially where you could spend more time to cook, you know, where you didn't really have time. And to speak frankly, my maid actually said, wow, if I were to come back to work, she will miss me a lot, because we actually share a lot of, okay, what's going to do for lunch, what are we going to cook for dinner and all that. Yeah. And I think the good side I actually enjoyed was being Marie Kondo, that you can actually start to clear up the clutter that has been sitting there ages. So really clearing out a lot of clutter. But I do empathize with especially some of our team members where Wi-Fi connections is not really great. And some of them literally being very, I must salute to my committed team that some of them actually then move to, say, the brothers' residence, yeah, to have better Wi-Fi so that they can actually still continue to so-called work from home. We do have, or rather we do hear of cases that, you know, as the time drag on, they really feel that that suffocation, whether
Cabin
it's
fever.
emotionally, yeah, correct, cabin fever. So that's why we said continue to engage with the team. I think talking live, yeah, but sometimes it's like, it's still very different. So these are the little things that I really wanted to emphasize to the teams, and I think they really worked well to say that, look, you're not there, you're not in the room alone, you know, especially those who couldn't go back, or rather, they may have gone back to kampong fine with their family, but those who are stuck and their families are outstation, they are really alone in their own room. So I said we need to continue to engage with them, speak with them, hear them. There were those that the mummies went back to granny's place, so it was only themselves and the brothers and sisters. So I say, hey, let's check in with them, whether they've got enough food or anything. So the kind of I think the care that was extended amongst the team members was very great. Yeah.
So you felt like the team took care of each other much better during the MCO?
Oh, certainly I would say that, because, you know, you have nothing but videos calls and your voice actually. Yeah. I think the care that I actually took getting some so-called insights from Facebook is like, you know, where you order food and all that, where they say that, you know, do you want to pay a drink or what? We actually did that to thank them. Yeah. And then hang that little hook outside the gate, put the little heart shapes like, please hang here, but thank you for your things. And if we actually see them, it's like, now here's a drink, and we're leaving it there, you know, have your drink there. Really kasihan them, you know, when it was during fasting, yeah, but still really the frontliners, I must really thank them. I mean, if not for them, where will we be, right?
Correct.
So definitely they all help a lot, I would say.
But now that you're back at work in the office, how has it been for you? Like, does it feel different working from the office now?
First thing I realized was the lift is so empty. You know, pre-MCO days, my God, when you come in, you literally, we have this, you know, the gates, or so-called, you tag in to go into the lift lobby. It's full that you literally have to wait outside, right? Now, as you come in, whether it's like, wow, you've got the whole lobby to yourself. You also have the whole lift to yourself that you can look at the mirror and all that. It's like, oh, okay. But I would say fine. This is good. In the beginning, I must admit, everybody was a little bit paranoid. Was a little bit skeptical. Yeah, the scary, the fear is still there. Are we good? You know, everywhere you go, you still put on your mask. Some even still wear masks in their own rooms. Yeah. But as time passes by, you will see the more relaxed self. But I think we still exercise caution, and I think we get a little bit more perky when somebody you, you know, or somebody then everybody will start to look, go back, you know, put on your mask and all that. So the sensitivity, I think, has heightened a little bit. Going out for lunch, now it's really, I myself am packing in. Yeah. So what's next for lunch? I would say eating healthily. Really, but really miss all the mamak lah and all those food that we really enjoy.
Also, you've been packing from home even until now.
I have been. Yeah.
Was it something that the company told you to do? Like, it's better to do this, don't go out? Was it part of the SOPs?
Actually, no. The company, I will say, they never dictate like, you know, what you should do, but we are very high on health safety, yeah, and to making sure the cleanliness of the work environment, it's really thorough, and it's about 3 times a day. And what are the do's and don'ts? And to tell you honestly, global Deloitte, we actually have this app that we need to register. From day one MCO, it was a daily registering to record your so-called health status. Yeah, very easily done. Just yes, no, 3 questions. That's it. Every day. And they literally track the whole of global Deloitte workforce.
Wow.
Now it has kind of eased to once a week. Yeah. So for those who did not so-called, you know, sometimes in the beginning they don't really bother, but we really enforced it, and they really go after the people that, you know, how are you, you know, if you didn't do it, can you please, you know, update your status? So that I think that follow through, really taking care of people was the top of our priority.
Healthy employees do better for the company, right?
Definitely.
Now, there are lots of new rules and SOPs in place right now in different various offices. Has it made your job that little bit harder?
I would say in terms of, say, the 1 meter social distancing, thank God it's not 2 meters. Otherwise, we've got issue in the seating arrangements. But based on what we currently have, we have six people in an island in a row, right, per teams. So there are those where there are 8 people. So what we have actually enforced, or rather encouraged, would be, okay, let's do on a rotation for those 2 extras, yeah, so that we make sure we still keep that social distancing. That itself, I think it's very mindful, yeah, for everybody in the office, yeah. Sanitization, the all that is all placed strategically at the entry and exit point. Even at the building lobby, you've got the scanner, the thermal scanner, or we say, wow, like Gaia, and then walk in like airport, you know.
Like at the airport, huh? Like
Correct,
going
correct. And
traveling
some,
somewhere.
exactly. Some who actually, you know, kind of want to joke and like, hey, ada ke, red ke, you know, or what, you know, some cheeky ones teasing the security guards. But other than that, I think everybody was kind of compliant to a certain extent. Yeah.
But what are some of the challenges of being a tax partner in this new normal?
I miss meeting my clients. I really, really miss that that social interaction and the face to face, because it is so different. Even though you can see, yeah, you can see
Yeah.
me, yeah, but it's so different when I'm there, right? The vibes, the everything. But we've made really good. I've made very good new clients, made good friends. But I really miss that.
Oh, so you
But I
still
think,
don't have the face-to-face meeting with your clients just yet?
we don't. We actually have a rule to say that if you really, really need to be present outside to meet clients, you need to seek clearance, approval from our health safety officer. That's how strict we are. And we also don't allow visitors into our office. So that's how strict we can be.
Okay. But has your company been affected by this lockdown? You know, did you have to cut down staff members, pay cuts? Some offices even forced vacations.
Okay, so I would say touch wood. Like I said, the staff is our priority. In fact, if you say, do we cut salary or force leave? No, we have not done that. We don't want to go into history of that. I'm very proud to say, even for Raya last month, we even paid out earlier, so that they can actually enjoy their Raya. But I think all the staff are actually mindful what is happening. It's not like, you know, in the past, like a financial crisis or SARS, that is quite isolated. Yeah, that's like, yeah, this one in Hong Kong, you don't really bother lah. You know, financial crisis, I'm not in the stock market, it's fine. But this is impacting everywhere, right? Globally, whether you're in one small island or you're in US or in any other countries, it will hit you. So I think everybody is grateful that as long as you have a job, and if both help one another, so it's not only an effort coming from the employer, it must be a mutually helping one another to say that, look, we're not in this time, in this situation alone. You and I are in. So we've got to work together to see how we can sustain this and overcome this. And at the end of the day, it's for the benefit of everybody. It's not only for the employer, but it's also for the individual, because the whole ecosystem will be impacted actually, right? So we help each other. So I think they are not expecting. We do our. I mean, now, fortunately or unfortunately, it's our performance evaluation time. Yeah. So I think hopefully everybody is also prepared to, okay, what's in it? Are we expecting good increment in this time? Now, do we need to be prudent for the rainy days to come? I think the real hit is only felt probably come October. You know, I think in Q3, Q4 that you really can see how impactful the situation is in the economy.
Has there been a circular, I mean, by the company that says, look, everybody's been affected by these 3 months. There's lockdowns all over the place. We're not expecting certain, like, I'm sure you had like goals and targets that the company has set for you. Did they just say, don't worry about it? we'll figure it out next year.
Well, of course, our financial year end, we had a May year end. So just now, 1st June onwards, we started a new financial year end. Of course, we plan, but I think the leaders are all very mindful of what situation it is. Whilst we have a plan, of course, we have a very realistic plan, I must say, a very realistic one. If it had not been a situation, it would have been way, way much higher. Realistic is one thing, and I think we are also flexible to say that, look, let's work each day, each month, and let's monitor the situation. Maybe things will go better, but we also have to be prepared to say whether, would there be a second wave? If indeed there's a second wave, the whole thing will be back to square zero again, right?
Yeah.
So we'll watch how it goes. Yeah, I think that's the only thing we can do.
Speaking about economic downturn, are you worried that you might not be able to get the clients back in because they also have to cut their budget and things like that? You actually said earlier that you have new clients and new friends during the MCO.
I guess like if you look at, people say crisis is opportunity. Yeah. So we had some clients who had certain situations where we say, okay, let's try this. And it became successful. Yeah. So it became a new connect. So I would say in times, especially in our line as a professional service firm, it's not only good time that we stay close to you. We are very, very mindful that even during this lockdown, we went on a program worldwide to really, really focus, stay close to the clients. We really had specific webinars, thought leadership, to across all industries, so that, look, everybody is at home. So why don't you just gain something and you don't have to pay for this? That's webcast. So it gained a lot of attraction, actually. And we're not sharing just pure auditing or whatever. It's sharing how are you going to thrive? Okay, how are you going to recover? How are you going to respond to this kind of situations? And we've got industries. It's not coming from us, but it's also a sharing from other industry players along. So you actually hear, and we all know that, again, like I said, you are not here alone in this time. Everybody is. So it's that sharing of knowledge that I think was very instrumental to staying close, that the clients know that, they have us here to go to, whether it's good times or it's bad times. Yeah.
Wow.
Great branding, though.
In sickness and in health, right? Like a marriage, like that.
I really must say, I do agree with you. As we work with the client, where the client started investing in Malaysia, and then you work through with them, as they peak, and then it comes to a time where, then they have to wind down, liquidate. It's really sickness and in health to death to us part. The death will be, when they say goodbye. But it's that friendship and that impact. To me, it's like, do we make an impact to our clients? That's very important. No point us just saying things, but at the end of the day, you don't benefit. To me, it's 5 years, 10 years down the road, and if we think back, okay, Weina did this, I'm so happy. And if along the street and bump into me, hey, Weina, do you remember me? You did this for me. Like, oh, okay, thank you for remembering.
That's your reward, right, from the job?
Yes,
yeah,
definitely, yeah.
Now, were you personally affected financially by the MCO?
I must say, a lot. My instructions, so-called instructions to the family. I've got my parents with me, my husband, and 1 year, one teenager, and of course my babe. So there's about 7 of us. My first thing is, when I told my girl, she had online studying. So when she came out of the room, it's not whole day or whatever. She left the aircon on. So I told her, I said, so you're paying for the air conditioning, right? Not me. And then of course the old folks will have their TV, on as usual. And when they're not watching, I said, can we switch it off? That kind of thing. I said, wait, this is going to be, electricity is going to be very high, all right? So they may think that I'm a nagger, but I think everybody was trying to kind of manage. I would think, I would honestly say we spend a lot more on food rather than, in the normal times, you probably go out and get probably other things. But really stuck at homes, I had that fear. Okay, how do I get my vegetables now that my usual vegetable vendors, my meat vendors, my chicken vendors, my fish vendor, where are they? But of course, your network, Facebook and all that, then everybody recommended everybody sharing of good vendors, and then it actually, when I get to meet them again, that some of them has started, it's like, ayo, we miss you. But it's like, yeah, we miss you too. We actually said that. Well, if nothing of this happened, we probably, oh, hi, see each other every week. But we literally, when we first met, we're like, do you know, we miss you so much. We miss you.
No, but I
So,
realized as well during this MCO period that you can get anything delivered. Like I get
Yes.
eggs delivered straight to my house, by the
Yes.
crate. And I'm like, what's the point of even leaving home now?
Exactly, correct. And my favorite roast duck restaurant, which I actually had not, patronized it for so many years. And when I found it on Facebook that they will do home delivery and together with the acha, oh my God, it tastes so good. And I actually asked them, I said, you should continue this. Then they say, Miss Ang, actually, we're only doing for MCO. I said, no, you need to think. You need to change your business modus operandi. You cannot rely on restaurant, now that you have your clientele through network, all this thing, please think, don't disappear after this,
Correct. Yeah. I think all these food and beverage operators, they have to continue on their delivery service also after this, because people have found it and they're so convenient and they just want to continue on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sad thing, you probably have noticed that, nowadays you see a lot of shop lots being, have more of that for sale again.
Yeah, shuttered. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've read like, that the bubble tea craze. They got to thrive. They've got to be innovative. Yeah. So what if I don't have people coming to me? I go to them then, right? I should be going to them. Bring my good bubble tea or whatever to them. Be innovative, and glad to see in Facebook a lot of people actually like trying to teach. Especially the old aunties and uncles where their stores were dependent on, those frequent patronage from other buyers. But how then do we help them to sustain their business? So again, I think this kind of thing, the young ones got to think more. If you ask me, did I share this with my dad and my mom? Honestly, it's difficult to share, hey, okay, mom, dad, now this is internet. To them, I think to a certain age, just leave me alone. I'll just watch my TV. Yeah, I just do my qigong, all that. I'm happy. Yeah. But those younger ones that can still work on online, that's something to really, really think about. Life will change. Life has started to change. It is changing, definitely.
Now, you mentioned that you have a teenage daughter at home. How does she feel about you being back at work after having you at home for 2 months, cooking her meals, making sure she switches off her aircon?
To be honest, if I ever to come back pre-MCO, if I ever to come back early, she's like, why? So free? Nothing to do? Or did I do anything wrong? If I were to come back early than normal, yeah. But I think in this time, because they had their online schooling as well. But the fun thing I would say is they kind of finished the syllabus, and because she's in her A-levels year, yeah. So it was in May that she was supposed to sit for her last few papers of the A-levels. So again, lucky or not lucky, the A-levels exams were all cancelled. So I think the school did a good thing to kind of say, okay, we finished the syllabus. Of course, they will do their forecasts to the whatever examination board. But instead of wasting time, the school developed a diploma program. Yeah. And in it, they actually had a lot of really outside of the normal curriculum program, like cooking, taking foreign language like Mandarin, for example. Psychology, research writing, such of these things is to prep them up to the start of uni life. So I must say that yeah, she kind of enjoyed cooking. Yeah, and I must say that her cooking skills have really, really improved. That
So is
she
she
showed me
cooking
what
now for
she is, I
the
think.
grandparents at home?
Definitely, I would say. But of course, I think she's more capable of Gong Gong, you know, this app, this food is good. I will order for you, okay? And
That's
she's
her
able.
cooking.
Yes. So I think in that innovation part of being more researchful to be able to see, okay, what's online, what's a better deal. Oh, Grab here has free deliveries and all that. So it kind of enhance that juice, that you don't look at things as it is now. So you must look at it from various angles. Yeah.
Now, Weina, lastly, what's your advice to Malaysians that most of us are going back to work?
Don't take it too easy. Don't lax on it, because it you look at Australia, yeah, you look at Beijing, where the second wave came, and then everybody is locked in again. So I think we still have to exercise caution. Yeah, don't waste the effort of our frontliners. This is something that's not going to go away for sure. You know, it's unlike SARS or whatever disease, Ebola or whatever. It's here to stay, I would say, definitely. But how are we going to prevent that until you get a vaccine? So with that, then lifestyle will change, how you work. We are also thinking of, is it going to be a 5-day work, or do we then start to implement maybe mandatory 1 day working from home and all that? Things will change. So and how business is run. So I think the whole we have always emphasized on innovation, right? So I think now really innovation and technology, rather than maybe 2-3 years, companies may say, yeah, it's good that we need to invest. But I think this is the time that it really tells how important that technology needs to be in play. We have had clients who says that, look, Weina, I can't give you information because I need to go back to the office. I can't access into our server. Yeah. How about business continuity plan? We can't take it for granted, right? So in many angles, I think it's a huge and good wake-up call, but certainly not to bring us to death. So unfortunate that some quite a number of, I think, 1 million deaths so far in the whole world of COVID. But whatever it is, we take it in good stride, and we learn. We learn to, I think, adapt. Very important. And how then do we thrive going forward? So that's the only message I would have. Yeah.
Speaking of moving forward, how optimistic are you about how things are going to go back to economic normal again?
Wow, economic normal. That's my favorite topic, especially we are concerned to Malaysian budget, right? It will not be easy, definitely. It will not be easy. But I think everybody just have to put in their best efforts then, whether it's the government, whether it's the corporation, whether it's the people. We just have to come in together and bring Malaysia to, hopefully, and look at the brighter side. The rainbow is there, yeah. We are not denying that the rainbow is not there. It will not be an easy journey as compared to maybe, you know, during the good times. But definitely, I think we can walk towards that pot of gold, or see that brighter rainbow.